If you've been following this channel, if you've been following my work, you know that I love having a good plan. And I really do believe that if you have a good plan, at least there's enough intention behind what you really want to create that you're more likely to create it. So instead of just me sitting down planning by myself, I thought, why don't I record a video and show you the exact process that you could follow to plan your next year. Let me get my hot cup of coffee. And instead of just going into planning, I like to start from a place of reflecting. I like to think about what went well for me in the year that has gone by. What is it that I'm grateful for? What are some of the things that were highlights for me? Things that I would like to take a moment and really celebrate for myself and for my family, for my community, for my team, for everybody really. So I could capture the beautiful memories. And also, when you are in gratitude, you are a lot more in a state of possibility. And that's really what I like to start with. I like to reflect on the year that has gone by, and then I like to just write down as to what all that may have occurred for me. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to write down what all went well in the year 2022. Now, this video is going to primarily focus on business. I wanted to help you kind of understand how you could plan your business year for 2022. So what I'm going to do as an activity is mostly concentrated on one of my businesses. What I would do beyond this activity is I would sit down with my wife and I would do a similar activity for my relationship. I would sit down with some of my team members and further this activity with my team members to further solidify the plans. And you can use the same philosophy, the same step by step to create any plan. So let's get to it. Let's write down what do we want to celebrate for 2022, the year that has gone by. Wow, just in a matter of a few minutes, there's so many things that we're celebrating in 2022 or celebrating that happened in 2022. It goes all the way from graduating almost 5,000 students from our different certification programs to over 550 of you who showed up in Tallinn, Estonia this year to celebrate the Supercoach experience, to celebrate their graduation, to over 170 group members of my group coaching program called Accelerate, to having 1,800 testimonials. 1,800 plus testimonials for my programs, to be able to capture hundreds of stories on video in conversations about people that have completely transformed their life over the past year and a half with us during our different programs, people that I've interacted with directly or indirectly, and how their lives are completely different because we got to play together more deeply, more meaningfully, and we were able to give them something that otherwise would have been so inaccessible. So that's me celebrating. I'm feeling really elevated. I'm feeling really ready to really set my intentions for 2023. And that really is the next step. The next step is to set intentions. You see, a lot of the times what happens is that we set goals, and goals are these things that we want to achieve in our lives. And what happens when you do goal setting is often you concentrate all of your focus on this one thing, on two things or three things that you're so attached to, that you believe truly is important, the most important thing probably in your life. And while it may seem like that, what I found is most goals are informed by what we have done. So if you have built a coaching business, you would go, oh, I can grow my coaching business. But if you've never really done that, that wouldn't even be in your imagination. You wouldn't even consider that could be a career, that could be an opportunity. If you have built a business before, you may have ideas around what next business you can build. But if you've never built a business before, you may feel like that's out of scope. That is for somebody else to do. And that tends to be the challenge of goal setting. Goal setting is informed by your past or by people around you. So if you change your circumstances or you change your past, somehow you may be able to set goals that may be more inspirational or more driven from possibility, not from what has happened already. But that's not true. So what you can do, or what you should be doing, is instead of goal setting, you should do intention setting. Intention setting is the art of setting intentions of how you would like to pursue and live your life on a day-to-day basis. This gives you an opportunity to consider that you could live your life in awe every single day, that you would be able to find and do meaningful work every single day, that you can live from a place of service and joy and love every single day, that you can chase freedom from your own fears, from your own traumas every single day. And when you are setting intentions, you're setting a chase towards something that you can cherish within the moment, within a few days. You're not hoping that at the end of 2023, because of the magic of the universe, you will somehow realize your goals. Instead, you let magic happen in this moment. You're inviting universe, God, or whatever you believe in to channel through you and let you live your life in the most beautiful, most intentional way possible. So what if you didn't set goals this year? What if you set intentions? For the sake of this exercise, I'm focusing my intentions on pretty much business. But when I'm doing intention setting for life, what I would usually do is I would set myself up for every single category that's important to me. I would ask, what is my intention for my health? What is my intention for my love relationship? What is my intention for my friendships and my parents and my kids and as a parent myself? I would set intentions for the kind of experiences I want in my life. I want to set intentions for my career and so on and so forth. But intention not being concentrated on just one area that is most important to us or feels like the most urgent to us, but intention that is multidimensional and is across the entire life, so we can really be more aware of what really would feel like a full life. So let's go ahead and write some intentions down. So now that you know your intentions, you will find that some goals are pretty obvious, which is why your intention lean towards it. For example, let's say your intention, which is one of my intentions, is to be in a state of creativity every single day, to be able to create proactively every single day. Now, if that's my intention, that means my goals must be in the direction of something being created. Now, in my case, when I say creativity, what it means for me is creating on video, creating in writing. These are the models that I like to creatively express myself, which means I'll be creating more for social media. I will be creating more for YouTube. I'll be creating more in context of writing, which is where my intention of writing a book or creating something comes from. So my goals may look like creating more content for YouTube and social media and shorts and reels and so on and so forth. And from creative expression in writing, I want to write my next book. And so that would be my next expression of writing, is to say, okay, how can I go from a place of wanting to write a book to actually writing a book next year? And that becomes my clear goals. And this is where we lean into our pragmatic self. Now, here is the key to good goal setting. Goal setting must not be sticking to a singular number. When that happens, we put too much attention to that number without realizing that any number and every number is merely a compass. It is just for us to know that we are moving in the right direction. It is not definitive of success. It's not definitive of happiness. It's not definitive of joy. It is simply a compass. And that's exactly how you want to use your goals. You want to use them as compass. So ask yourself, what would be that great compass that you would like to set for a particular thing? For example, for me, as a creator for social media, I want to release a new fresh video every single day in a reel format, which is about 30 to 60 seconds. I creatively want to find a way to celebrate my message and distribute my message in a matter of 30 to 60 seconds, and I want to be able to do that every single day. I want to also give myself permission that if I am not achieving that goal, I still celebrate the journey towards that goal, which is where the model of minimum target outrageous comes in. Minimum target outrageous, or MTO, is a goal setting system where you don't set yourself up to one singular number. You put a minimum number that you would like to hit, which is something that you may already be doing, a target number, which is about 30-40% growth on what your minimum number is, and then an outrageous number. An outrageous number would be about 30-40% growth from your target. And now these numbers may change. It's based on the person, based on their realities, but usually that's kind of the number that you're going for. And when you set your goals, you want to set for minimum, target, and outrageous. So my minimum goal might be, I want to publish a new reel every second day. That puts me about 3 reels a week. Now my target would be a reel every single day. That puts me about 7 new reels every single week. My outrageous would be 10 reels a week, which would put me more than 1 reel every single day. Which is how now I would know as to how much production I need to get into for me to creatively express myself through the medium of video production. Once you've set your goals, What you want to do is you want to put a measure towards knowing if you are actually creating goals that you can fulfill. This is a model where you're not only creating goals, but you're actually getting these goals. All goals are achievable till the time you have a system that you built that allows you to consistently act towards these goals. Now, I'm going to cover the next steps of goal setting in my next video. I'm going to show you exactly how to set awesome goals, which is a goal-getting system, and also how to schedule your day-to-day activities so you can fulfill your goals. Stay tuned for that video next week.